What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Recently, I did an unboxing and review video for the DALI iO-8 headphones. A lot of fun. I enjoy listening to these guys. If you have not seen that video, I'm going to leave a link right up here so you can go ahead and check out that unboxing video, preferably after this. But if you want, you can go ahead and review it, check it out, then come on back. That all works. It all helps the channel anyway. But anyway, what we want to do today is we're going to go ahead and do a sound challenge where we're going to put the DALI iO-8s up against the DALI the DALI iO-12. So I was going to call them something else. But these are the top of the line headphones for DALI. These are the guys that's coming in right underneath them. But we definitely want to see how they compare since the iO-8s was released after the iO-12s were. So huge. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go strictly sound challenge. We're not worried about anything else. We're going to test Bluetooth and 3.5 millimeter connections for both of these on each song. So that way we'll get a nice a range of sound thoughts on how these guys compare to one another. But before we do that, let's hear from the sponsor of today's video, Audio Experience. Let me tell you a bit about our sponsor for today's video, Audio Experience. Located in Connecticut, Audio Experience has 2 appointment-only showrooms featuring dedicated audition spaces for 2-channel stereo, home theater, and custom installation audio-video for homes and businesses. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, no. Audio Experience exists to provide discerning enthusiasts like you a way of connecting with the highest quality products to transform your AV experience from the mundane to the emotionally engaging. For those of you outside of the Connecticut area, like myself, Audio Experience offers the majority of its brands online via shopaudioexperience.com. Doing business with larger retailers can often feel transactional and impersonal. By contrast, Audio Experience offers a personalized approach focused solely on your needs, offering the knowledge, care, and dedication needed to achieve truly life-changing AV solutions. Now, if you're interested in a specific product or you want to learn more, check out the links in the description of this video and make sure you let Justin at Audio Experience know that Ron Tech sent you. All right, we're back in. Let's go ahead and dive straight into the sound challenge for song number 1. Now, neither one of these headphones has app support, but you do have button controls for presets as far as your equalizer goes. We got hi-fi and bass. You got a button here on both of them that you can do. You can go ahead and switch between the two. You also have noise canceling button as well, but right now I'm gonna make sure I like these on bass, so I'm gonna go ahead and play these on bass, my preferred listening. So let's go ahead and put these guys on. We're gonna start off with the iO-8s, of course. All right, we got our music already queued up. Okay, I love these things. They're so comfortable. All right, and it totally encompasses the ear as well, so everything's completely covered. The noise isolation is great. It is really good on these. So let's go ahead and go into noise canceling. All right, noise canceling has been turned on. Let's check our volume level here. All right, volume level is set to where we like it. First song, let's go. All right, right off the bat, love the clarity. Very clean. And you've got the nuance, her breathing. All right, nice sound stage. The background vocalist sounds just as clear. Again, getting the breathing. Love it. Love the clarity. Again, nice with the breathing, the nuance, her enunciation, everything. Very clear. Again, the background vocalists, they sound nice and clear. And I'm loving the fact that the volume level doesn't have to be as loud. I don't have to turn up no louder. Perfect. Again, these guys sound so good. Oh my goodness. Whew, man. All right. This is going to be a great little sound challenge here. All right. Let's go ahead and flip over to the iO-12s for their first song. All right. Back in. Now it's time for the big dogs, the iO-12's turn. Again, we will make sure we are in hi-fi mode for the pre. I can call them. You can call them presets. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put these guys on. Man, it feels like your ears are in a cavern. They're like it's so wide. Uh, just putting on with the cushions and everything. They're so wide. There's so much space in there. Absolutely love it. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we're in noise canceling. All right, wheels and transparency. All right, noise canceling has been turned on. We're gonna check, make sure hi-fi. We are in bass mode because that's the way I like to listen to them. All right, here we go. Song number 1, Bluetooth. Oh, I forgot to check our volume level. Okay, we're there. Again, nice clarity, good, nice, great volume. Sounds real good. Soundstage, nice and wide. Nice and wide. Again, the clarity of the vocals, the nuance. Sounds so good. Very clear. Again, the background vocalists sound just as crisp. Again, I love how wide the soundstage is. Oh, it's so good. Again, the background vocalist fills in that space nicely. Let me pause that. They fill that space nicely. No one sounds like they're overlapping. Oh my God, and again, like the iO-8s, I don't have to turn these things up. I don't have to get these things louder to get the sound that I want. The natural volume of these is fantastic, right on point, right where I have it dialed in at. I don't have to make any changes. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the 3.5 millimeter test. All right, back in for the 3.5 millimeter test. We are using the DALI branded 3.5 millimeter cable. See if you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see the DALI brand in there. So we're going to use it for both of these headphones. So let's go ahead and get jacked in. We're going to start off with the iO-8s. Here we go. Let's get these guys on. Oh, I hit the button, sorry. All right. Let's see where our volume is. Our volume's about right where it should be. All right, here we go. 3.5 millimeter test. Oh, wow. Very clear. I could actually turn this down a notch or two. Whoops. And very clean, very clear. Sounds great. Just, again, great detail. Echoing. The soundstage has widened on the iO-8s with the wired connection. And the background vocalists sound very clean, very clear. Yes, you can definitely tell the difference in sound stages. And the clarity, the detail, very nice. Okay, man, that was really good. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the iO-12s. Let's see how they do. All right, back in. We got the iO-12s plugged in. Like I said, we're using the same DALI branded 3.5 millimeter cable for both. So let's go ahead and get these on. So nice. All right. Here we go. Let's check our volume. We're gonna start up here. All right, and see what we get. All right, here we go. Oh, very nice. Very clear. Oh, we could turn this down too. But man, that sound stage is nice and wide. Let's go down a couple. There we go. Oh. Oh, such great detail. Again, you get the echoing as well. Again, the one thing about the iO-12s that I've noticed is that the soundstage doesn't change from Bluetooth to analog or 3.5. You got that's very nice, very clean, very crisp. Details phenomenal. Man, these oh okay, these absolutely man, they blow me away. These sound so crisp. Uh mm. All right, let's go ahead and get into our second song. All right, back in, we got the iO-8s on. Song number 2, our bass song. Let's go. Okay. Nice punch to the bass. Nice little reverb, which flutters away nicely, or fades away nicely. Very clean sounding, no distortion. Vocals, again, nice and crisp, nice and clear. The auto tune has been smoothed out, so that high pitchy sound is not there. Again, soundstage is nice. Again, the clarity is great. I absolutely enjoy the bass. Okay, now we got E40 coming in. Very clear. Again, I'm just impressed by the bass. All right, again, I'm on the bass preset, and it doesn't disappoint. Nice, powerful bass, reverb fades away nicely, no distortion. It just sounds real good. Overall, a nice, clean listen for the iO-8. So let's go ahead and switch over to the iO-12s and see how they do. All right, we got the iO-12s on. Let's go. Bass song. Here we go. Okay. All right. Nice. Nice punch to the bass. Reverb fades away nicely, the low end. Again, phenomenal soundstage. And the vocals, very crisp, very clear. Auto tune, again, smoothed out just like on the iO-8s. Man. I'm also using bass preset on these as well. Man, this is a great sound. Very clean. Again, now we got E40 coming in. Again, vocals very clean, very clear. Oh my goodness. Okay. The soundstage on these is just phenomenal. Both of them doing really great things with the sound on these. All right, I'm gonna save the excuse me. I'm gonna save the rest of that for the end. But man, just great, just fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the 3.5 millimeter test. All right, we back in 3.5 millimeter connection. We got the or test rather. We got the iO-8s on. Let's go. Ooh, okay. The bass hits harder with an analog. Man, that's pounding. And now you got the reverb fades away nicely too. Very clean. Again, the vocals nice and crisp. The sound stage widened out a little bit more. You can tell the difference. Uh, but then still keeping that crisp, clear vocals. But that bass on these is just ridiculous. Oh man. This is not even right. This bass is so clean. Again, no distortion. Very clean. Oh, all right. Woo. Man, that bass is nice. And again, the soundstage widened out a little more compared to the Bluetooth. But man, that bass is ridiculous. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the iO-12s and see how they do. All right, we're back in. We got our second song, bass on, iO-12s on. Let's go. Oh, give me a second here. Ah, let me make sure I'm connected here. Did I turn it down? Okay, looks like I had a connection issue there. All right, here we go. A little connection issue there. Let me make sure I got this turned up. Okay. Very. All right, nice and loud. Bass is really smooth, but you can definitely it hits hard, but you can tell about the wide sound stage is taken away from the power of the bass. But it does sound clean. And you got the nice crisp mid vocals. Again, but yet the auto tune is smoothed out. Very crisp. Again, here comes E40 in. Very clear. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Again, nice, clean, clear vocals. The mids and highs do a wonderful job. The sound stage is nice. Really, it's nice and wide. And I think that the bass is good. It's clean. It's not distorted sounding, but it's not as powerful as on the iO-8s. But it sounds so good. Even when it hits, it sounds really good. You could just, I mean, again, with that soundstage being, I think that's taken away from how much uh, how much power you're getting out of the bass, the low end on these headphones. But man, it's such a great listen. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to our final song. All right, real quick, just to keep this honest and as possible, 100% with you guys. I went back in and redid the test off camera with the DALI iO-12, the bass test, because I discovered one thing during the last segment is that I had the power turned on. The power was on the iO-8s, which then increased, even though they were just using analog, that increased the power of the bass on them. Where with the DALI iO-12s, they were completely powered off and was going straight in with the right off the analog. Okay, so what I did is I went back in, I off camera, I tested the iO-12s, no power, straight on the bass, and then I turned on the iO-12s power, and then ran the 3.5 millimeter test on these as well. I'll give you my my thoughts on that at the end. But I just wanted to let you know that I did discover a flaw in the testing, and I went ahead and corrected it. But like I said, I'll give you my results at the end. Just wanted to let you guys know. All right, we're in Bluetooth test, final song. We got the iO-8s on. Let's go. Oh, it's so crisp, and then the echoing is. It can feel like it sounds like it can go on forever. So clean. It just sounds so good. All right, I'm just enthralled with this. I think this song is so good for testing. And we got that rattling sound here on the right ear. Again, very clean, very clear. Ooh, now comes we got the rattling on the side, and of course we got the bass guitar. Nice deep sounding bass. Very clear. And again, you got that other instrument. Uh, I want to call it a cowbell, but it's not sounding like one. But again, they're not stationary; they're moving. Now we got some more synthesizer sounds coming in. Very clear. And again, the soundstage is nice. So everything doesn't sound like it's on top of each other. Very clear. Let me pause that. Again, very crisp. I like that. The bass, when the guitar, it's not really low, sound really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the DALI iO-12s and see how they do. All right, we're back in. We got the iO-12s on, our final song. And just a quick note, this is the first time I'm actually listening to this song with the iO-12s on. So this should be a really good treat. All right, here we go. Make sure I'm on here. There we go. Let me back this up. There we go. Man, that sounds real crisp. And it's the echo is still going on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can already hear how the airiness of it, how wide the soundstage is. Again, nice and clear. And now we got the rattling instrument in the right ear. Really, really clear. Okay. Now we got the bass guitar coming in, and we got the extra instrument here in the left ear. Again, not staying stationary. They're moving in and out, up and down, back and forth. Again, I love how it's picking up almost like a uh, spatial audio. That's the words I'm looking for. Now of course, we got all the extra synthesizer sounds and everything coming in. Again, because the soundstage sound is nice and wide on these, it just sounds so good together. Man, very clean. All right, man. This sounds so good. Okay. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and switch to our 3.5 millimeter test. Stay strapped in. All right, back for the 3.5 millimeter test for our final song. And I'm going to do this. I made sure that both headphones are turned off. As you can see here, the iO-8s, the lights are off. We're going strictly through the 3.5 from the phone. No help from the no power help on the back end. So let's go ahead and put these on. No amplification there. That's the words I was looking for. All right, we got the all right, we got the iO-8s on. Last song. Let's go. Man, that's nice volume. Very clean. Got that nice little sub bass rumble there in the lower right there. Just picked that up slightly, but it got it. Again, great detail with the echoing. Sounds very crisp. Again, the rattling of the instruments in the right ear. I love it. And it's like moving towards the back of my head now. And now it's coming more towards my direct side. Now we got the bass guitar and we got the other instrument in the left ear. Man, that just sounds so, that deep bass is, man, it's done. It sounds fantastic. Very clear. Man, that sounds so good. Again, you got the instrumental sounds from the or of the synthesizer. The swooshes in and then it's gone. Very crisp. Mm, very clean. All right, let me go ahead. I can sit here and listen to this all day. All right, man, that sounds really good. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to the iO-12s and see how they do. All right, we in the iO-12s final test, 3.5 millimeter connection. Power, no, excuse me, power is turned off on these ones. I just wanted to show it before I put them on. Okay. Now, here we go. Final song. Let's do it. Already. Nice, crisp key synthesizer. But man, the soundstage is so nice and wide. It feels like the echo is going on forever. Oh man, this is so crisp. Man, it sounds so good. All right, we got the rattling sound. Sounds, and again, just how crisp the saxophone, or not saxophone, but the synthesizer sounds. Now we got the the bass guitar coming in. Oh man, it sounds so good. Again, again, the soundstage being so nice and wide definitely has an effect on the instruments, but they sound so clean, so crystal. It, man, it sounds so good. All right, try and keep an eye on my time here. I don't want to zone out. But man, this sound. Oh my goodness, you got all those instruments in, and again, with that sound stage being as wide as it is, nothing sound like it was like bunched in. Nothing sound compressed. Then it's like one instrument was, over top, playing over top of another one. Sound fantastic, man. Oh boy. All right, this was a great test. This was a great test, great challenge. Let's go and get this cleaned up, and we'll talk about these two, and we'll pick a winner. Stay strapped in. All right, we're back in, and man, this was a great head-to-head between the DALI iO-8 headphones and uh, the top of their top line model, the DALI iO-12s. And let me just tell right off the bat, both of them sound amazing, but you can definitely tell that one is geared more to a certain listener than the other one is. All right, so let's go ahead and break these down now. Um, First song, both of them did a fantastic job with the Bluetooth, great clarity with the vocalist, great detail and everything through from both of them. Fantastic job. Background vocalists sound nice and clear. They just sounded wonderful, but you can definitely tell that the iO-12 has a wider sound stage than the iO-8s, meaning there's a lot you can hear. There's a lot more space between the artists, the lyricists in that song, and you can definitely tell it. Just when you from the very first verses, you can tell there's like so much space in there and everything. Um, the iOS have really good sound stage as well in its own right, but they're not up there with the iO-12s when it comes to that. I'm sorry, but man, they sound great as well. Again, both of them gave me great detail. The background vocalist nice and clear, just as crisp and sounding as the lead vocalist there. But you can just definitely tell by the sound stage that the 12s just has more. All right. Now, when you same song going into the 3.5 millimeter test, again, more of the same. Both of them you didn't lose much except for the iO-8s. It seemed as though with the analog connection, the soundstage widened out a little bit more. You got a little wider soundstage on them with the 3.5 millimeter connection, where everything pretty much stayed the same with the iO-12s. You didn't lose anything, you didn't gain anything, but that's my opinion. That's a really good thing coming from when you're looking at a pair of headphones. As long as if you're not losing anything, it's always a plus. But it's always good. Gaining is a plus, but not losing is always good. All right. So again, like I said, you definitely could tell the difference in soundstage from the Bluetooth to the 3.5 with the iO-8s. Both of them did a fantastic job on that one. Now flipping over to our bass song and Bluetooth. Both of them did really well with the vocals and tuning and smoothing out the auto tune for T-Pain. E40's verses were very crystal, really clean sounding. The difference is when it came to the bass hits, uh, I think the iO-8s did a better job at that. They're more geared towards that. And again, with the tighter sound stage, you got a little bit more power, a little bit more punch on the bass with the iO-8s than I did with the iO-12s. I mean, the bass was still there. It wasn't like there was no bass at all. Bass was still there, but because the sound stage is so wide and you got so much so airy in there, it didn't the bass, although nice and clean, not distorted, it wasn't as powerful sounding or feeling on the ear as it was on the iO-8. But man, it was still a really great listen overall. Okay, then switching over to our final song. Sorry, let me back up. Second song, Bluetooth or 3.5. Now this is where I discovered I kind of messed up a little bit, but I went ahead and corrected it. Like I said before earlier, that I did discover that I did have the power turned on the iO-8s when I was doing the 3.5 millimeter test. And I didn't on the iO-8s in the original. So what I did is I went ahead off camera, tested the iO-8s, no power with 3.5, and then I went and tested the iO-12s powered with 3.5. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to talk about both of these powered first with 3.5, and then we'll talk about them not powered. Okay, so powered with 3.5. Debate. To be honest, I think the iO-12s kind of rose to the moment and matched the iO-8s when it came to the bass and everything. Again, even with the wide sound stage, it amplified that bass, the low end. I mean, it really literally rose to the to meet the iO-8s when it came to bass and everything. You know, just using it with power going into the 3.5. I guess it just amplified that bass, and it was right there with them when it came to that. Now, everything else remained the same. Nice, the sound stage stayed nice and wide. You got that nice airy sound to it. Just sounded like everybody was all around you. It was really good, but it just definitely amplified the bass. Um, Now, with the power turned on the iO-8s, again, bass just was still fantastic sounding, rumbling the side, rattling the side of your ears. It just side of your heads rather. It just sounds really good. Again, wide the soundstage widened out because I don't know, maybe it's because of the analog signal. I don't know, but it did widen out. You could tell the difference between Bluetooth and the analog with the soundstage, but the bass was fantastic. Now, when listening to them with no power but using 3.5, uh, you can definitely tell the difference in bass with the iO-12s. The bass kind of, although still there, was not as powerful as it is if they were powered on. Um, but it was, again, didn't lose the sound stage, didn't lose the clarity. You didn't lose all that stuff that you love about them. It's just that that's noticeable. That's a noticeable difference. Okay, and then with the iO-8s, again, the bass was still there. The sound stage stayed widened out from when it was powered on, and again, still had that clarity, still had that the detail as well. But man, you could definitely tell the difference there. All right, now going into our third song, Bluetooth. Again, more of the same. You got both gave you nice, crisp uh, mids, and as far as the mids and highs, instruments were very crisp. This again, the soundstage on the iO-12s is just phenomenal, man. When that's instrument, when I guess I would call it a synthesizer, I'm thinking it's some kind of like cello or something. I have to do some research on that instrument, but man, once they hit that chord and it started that echo, it just felt like you were like in a cave or in a cavern because it just went out forever on the iO-12s, and that's just fantastic. I love that. It was really good, and again, very crisp and everything. You got the rattling and everything, the rattling instruments in the ears, the bass from the bass guitar. You could tell it wasn't. It was there, very crisp, not crisp, but uh, very clean, not distorted, but just wasn't as powerful, wasn't as I would get. And again, I think that I think it's because of the sound, how wide the sound stage is that the bass doesn't hit like that. Now doing the same thing, Bluetooth with the iO-8s, again, just about this, almost exactly the same, except for you had a tighter sound stage, which gave you a much powerful bass. When it came to the bass guitar, everything else was pretty much on par with the iO-12s when it came to the crispness of your mids and highs, and the echoing. I think the echoing was a little bit better on was I ain't gonna say a little bit. It was much better on the iO-12s and iO-8s because of the wide sound stage that they have. You still got the echoing and everything, but it didn't compare to the 12s when it came to it. It was so good over here, but you did get that detail. Nothing was left out. You can just tell the difference between the two. All right, now switching in powered off, Bluetooth or 3.5. It's just more of the same. I think the bass improved on the iO-12s with just using the analog cable, but it still wasn't uh, as powerful a bass as it was on the iO-12s. Okay, but again, very clean listening. Both of them, it was just a phenomenal listen all together. But that sound stage on the iO-12s, man, if you have the iO-12s, listen to that song. That echoing, it just feels like, I'm telling you, it feels like you're in a cave or a cavern or something, and it just keeps going. The echoing just keeps going, and you're like, man, I mean, it just feels so like so much space in there, and it just sounds so good. Oh, and I don't want to talk. Oh, I don't want to over talk about these, but man, I'm so impressed with the both of these in this and for obvious different reasons, obvious. So, man, if I had to choose, I'm not, like I said, these two are definitely for two different types of listeners. If you're more of an audiophile listener, then the iO-12s is where you want to go. If possible, You got that nice wide sound stage, and it just makes everything just sound phenomenal. And everything. And then, if you're more on to like the little bit like a little kick, but you want your low end, you want your bass drops and everything like that. And you also want that clarity when it comes to the vocalists and instruments and everything, then the iO-8s rather is where you want to be. Me personally, I am no audiophile. I try to find the best balance of sound between the mids and highs and the low end, and the one that gets it for me is the iO-12s. I think they get me closer to that balanced sound. Even I love listening. I love having the iO-8s on. I rock with them all. Since I've gotten them, I've been putting them through their paces with everything I do on a daily basis here, as far as watching movies, videos, uh, editing, and everything, and they hold true. But man, if I'm going to listen to something, and I grab my iO-12s, and I'm all in on these. Uh, it depends. Again, it depends if I'm listening to like a jazz type of thing or something like that, or even if I'm watching a movie, I'll grab I grab this one mainly, but either one of them will work. I'm not mad at all, but I wouldn't be mad if someone said I like the iO-8s better than the 12s. I think these are more obviously these are more affordable than the 12s. So, but still fantastic both ones. Again, depends on what you're listening to and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give the iO-12s the nod because they get me a more closer to the balanced sound that I look for. But I still rock these. I still rocking these iO-8s. They still sound fantastic to me, as always. All right, so this will wrap up this sound challenge. Huge shout out to today's sponsor, Audio Experience. Make sure you check out my links here in the description of this video. Pick up something from them if you're interested. It all helps out the channel when you do. And if you like what you see here, go and hit the like button. And also, go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others. I got a gauntlet series lined up specifically for the iO-8s. I think you're going to like that lineup that they're going up against. So you definitely want to make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when that series starts. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I know you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. All right, so I think that wraps everything up for this sound challenge. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.